Hi Pisces, this is your May 2019 reading. Pisces, in the month of May, we are going all out. This is the month for the first time we start seeing the gifts of Uranus in our house of commercial activity. We are looking to go beyond our old way of thinking, beyond our ideas, our boundaries that we had previously. It is creating a radical amount of confidence and faith and courage in ourselves to break out of a shell, to break out of the old boundaries of our vision. Saturn and South Node as well at the start of the month, it is pushing us to release the boundaries to our vision. It is asking us to take more risk on ourselves and our creativity because you are creating something that is bigger than who you are right now. We are looking to leave a legacy. We are looking to give birth to our hopes and dreams. So the old shackles which have been holding us back from materializing our visions, our goals, our dreams, they are coming off. And this is a process which will continue for the next 5 months, all the way till September 2019. But we'll see a turnaround in July when we have the eclipses happening in this area, where we are giving birth to something which is based on your passion, which is based on your ability to take a risk on yourself. As I have said in the last couple of videos, we are removing an old self-image. We are dissolving an old self-image as Neptune is there on your ascendant this year. And Jupiter, your traditional ruler, it is giving you more faith, more opportunity to expand your public image and your career. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity when all the cosmos are coming together. They're giving you the ability to take a risk on yourself. And there are certain sudden opportunities, certain sudden light bulb moments that might have been flashing in front of you since second half of April. When Uranus and Sun first met on 22nd of April, all the way till now, when they will continue, Uranus will continue to be in contact with Mercury and Venus. So we'll get certain sudden ideas to make a jump commercially, to make a jump out of our old way of thinking, our old way of communicating with our immediate environment, old way of branding ourselves. We are being asked to move out of an old situation to take a leap of faith by the end of the month. The full moon as well as the new moon this month, they are in cadent houses. That is when we invest in our future. So there might be certain hurdles at the start of the month that you might feel. You might feel resistance to move out of your comfort zone to invest in your future because the future is not clear right now. Sun is moving ahead of Mercury and Venus. We are being asked to act before we have full information, before our heart is aligned, before our mind is aligned with it. We are being asked to act irrespective of how we feel right now, to take a leap of faith, to take a risk on ourselves, to take a risk on our ability to create something that we have never created before. This is not a year to aim low. This is not a year when we need to be conservative. This is the year to take risk on your talents. This is the year when the road to success is to take risk on your talents. Neptune is there on your ascendant this year in your first house. Your old self-image is being dissolved. Jupiter is there in your house of career. There's faith and opportunity created to expand your career, to expand your influence. Now in the month of May, you're given an opportunity to show that you can take a risk on yourself, and your risk-taking ability increases as the month progresses. Mars will move into your house of confidence around 15th of month. Even before that, around 9th or 10th of May, we have a beautiful grand fire trine which is forming in your house of substances. There's something substantial, something that you can touch it, feel it and see it, which happens, which gives you the faith to move forward. It gives you either the retribution of something that you have done in the past. This is like a payment of past karma coming through. Something that you have paid forward for, you see the positive results of that. That gives you further confidence to take a tough call, to take a risk on yourself. And you do exactly that. By the end of the month, we have a full moon which is happening in your house of adventure, and we go all out. We are ready for a very different chapter of our life, and this is something that is just initiating now. We will continue all the way till July to take more risk, to remove the old boundaries that exist that have been blocking our full realization of our hopes and visions and our vision. We are looking to materialize our highest of the hopes and dreams, and the process starts with us taking a little bit more risk on ourselves and breaking out of a comfort zone, because without breaking out of this comfort zone, you realize this month that you will not be able to expand enough. In order to expand to the level you want to expand, you'll have to get out of your comfort zone and from an old situation, and you release those boundaries at the start of the month and take more risk on yourself. So that is the overall theme of this month. Let's dig into the details now. Going into the details of things, right at the start of the month, we have a new energy coming in form of the new moon, which is happening around 4th or 5th of May in our house of communication. This is an innovative house for you because Uranus now sits here. You're looking to have a new and innovative way of communicating with your surroundings. It could be a new style of communication, it could be a new style of thinking, it could be a new commercial idea that you want to work on, it could be a new negotiation of a contract that is suddenly coming in your consciousness, it could be a new way of writing, a new way of speaking, a new way of riding, a new way of vehicle, a new transportation option, a new mobile asset coming into your consciousness, which you could invest in to create more abundance in future. In the season of Taurus, we look at taking certain steps for long run that create abundance for us in long run, that improve the quality of our life, that are investment in our future. And that is what comes into your consciousness towards the start of the month. This is a natural evolution of our structure. We're looking to press forward despite certain internal or external resistances that we might be feeling at this time. This is happening at 14 degree of Taurus, which is known for tenacity, which is known for determination, which is known for persistency to demand something better for us. It is about respecting your right to own something. It is about respecting your right to commercial success. This is about taking small steps towards a tidal shift, and that is exactly what you're working towards. You'll be crawling out of a stagnant situation, an oppressive situation, a situation in which the dreams or visions in the past might not have come to fruition. This is a new commercial way of handling situation away from our comfort zone. The first time Sun and Uranus met each other were on 22nd of April. So it is possible that something out of the blue came, an out of the blue commercial idea, new communication style, new inspiration. Uranus wants you to shake things up. It wants you to give you more freedom, more breathing space. This is the house of innovation, innovative ideas. You're looking at new way of driving commercial success, new way of commuting, new way of branding, new way of marketing, sudden trips coming up which are lucrative in nature. These are light bulb moments, sudden eureka ideas. Albert Einstein had Uranus in their third house. The aspect that you have currently by transit is an Albert Einstein kind of a moment. So sudden flash of ideas come, but because it is a positive aspect with you, it excites you. It makes you excited about future. It makes you want to invest in future. It makes you want to look forward towards future. You're looking to do something that you have not done before, so there might be certain internal resistance that you'll feel at this point in time. Because you are liberating your old way of thinking, you're breaking out of a shell. There is an inspiration that comes from within, which is being created because of this unfathomable, unsurmountable amount of faith that is created within yourself to break a wall. You're trying to take a quantum leap through a very small step. But that very small step, which could be a contract, a paperwork, a deal, a new document, a new commercial investment, it might feel like a quantum leap right now, because you know that you're doing something away from the norm, away from what you've done before, away from what the market might be doing as well. Because you are here to break tradition. You're not here to please others. You're here to break tradition, to bring your fruits to reality, to bring your innovation to reality. In 2019, all the way till middle of 2020, we have North Node in our house of creativity. It is asking us to learn to be gentle with our self-innovation, to nurture our creativity, to nurture the child within who wants to take a risk, who wants to break old rules, who wants to break the old regulations, the old requirements. It wants you to do something that is based on your individuality, not based on the rules of the society. It's about not adhering to the rigidity of the society's expectation of how or what you should be, or how or what it should look like. It's not about letting other people influence your self-expression. It's about letting your self-expression shine. It's about having the risk capacity to take a risk on your talents. Yes, it might come at a financial cost. It might come at an investment to move away from the norm. But the road to success this year is to move away from the norm. Deliver your unique gifts. You want to pour your soul into your work. You're feeling that your heart right now wants to produce something. When we have North Node in our 5th house, it's the time to give birth to something. And when we have Saturn, Pluto, South Node, for the first time in our house of hopes and dreams and vision, we are asked to release the old boundaries to our vision. It's asking you to take more risk on yourself, on your business, on your creativity, on your love, on your personal life. You deal with what blocks you right now. And Saturn and South Node will continue to be together for the next 5 months. But you'll see a turning point in July, a positive effect of taking a risk of releasing old shackles, because shackles are coming off. Karma is getting burnt off. We will feel very free. It's in a house of dreams and vision, Saturn and South Node. It's breaking the shackles to your wings. The dynamics of the past are changed. It's very much possible that at the start of the month, an old dynamic, an old problem is presented again to you to see whether you deal with it differently now that you know that you can be more. Because Pluto and South Node has shown you last month where the dysfunction exists, where we are giving our power away. And now it's asking us to create new boundaries, create new rules, and release the old way of thinking. So that dysfunction of power, that failure of not being able to deliver on your hopes and dreams, if any in the past that you might have experienced, it never repeats itself again. Our deep emotional complexes come for handling right now. This is a psychological transformation which is happening. This is a transformation that gives birth to political activists, to people who are people of wider impact, like Tony Robbins, like Albert Einstein. These are the people who create social influence, powerful influence. And at this point in time, you might be inspired by somebody as well, because powerful people come into our life to inspire us at this point in time, to show us. Sometimes we do not see ourselves very clearly. So somebody else comes and shows us the mirror. The social impact of your legacy, what you leave behind, is enormous. It's something greater than who you are right now, and giving birth to something which has wider impact requires you to get inspired beyond your previous self. Our old structure, our old network, the old people who were holding us back, anything that is holding you back from where you want to go, anything in your network, anything in your surrounding, old friends, old business network, they will have to be let go. You are being shown clearly where we are being too conservative, or where we have been too conservative in the past, where we have not allowed our creativity, our brilliance, our brilliant ideas to shine. Now that you have been again given a flash of brilliance, how would you handle the situation differently, knowing that you can be more, that you're here to create a wider impact, that you're here to give birth to your hopes and dreams? You have Jupiter in your house of career this year. It happens once in 12 years. Saturn, Pluto, South Node have never come together in your house of hopes and dreams. How would you, knowing that this is an opportunity, a gift that has been given to you, how would you deliver that? And these are all the energies that are in positive aspect with you. They're supporting you. They're building you up. They're building your confidence to go all out. So this remains the theme all the way till 18th of May. At the very least, if your planet's around 14 degree of Pisces, or if you're born around 4th to 5th of March, you'll feel this as more strongly than others. But this is happening in a cadent house. We are all being asked to invest in our future here. Around 5th of May, when Mars and Jupiter are making an opposition, all the way till 7th of May, you'll feel like you're in a gridlock. It might feel like a situation in which you have to decide. You feel like being on a crossroads. You have to decide whether we stay with the old, with the norm, or we go and be more expansive here. You're being asked to act out of your comfort zone. You're being asked to make a difficult choice here. This is especially true if your planet's around 23 degree of Pisces. All the way from 19 to 23, 24 degree of Pisces, if you're a Pisces sun, born between 9th to 14th of March, you'll feel it very strongly. This gridlock will be felt by whether you're a Pisces rising, sun or moon. All of you, but specifically between 19 to 24 degree of Pisces, or if you're born between 9th to 14th of March, you'll feel like being on a crossroad where you are being asked to take a call. After 6th of May, as Mercury moves into Taurus and our thinking becomes more clear, more stabilized, and Moon stabilizes you after 6th of May, we will get more information. We will get more comfort. Around 7th of May, when Venus and Saturn, they're making a square with each other, this could be a financial matter. This could be an investment idea that might have come through the new start last month. You're being asked to decide to invest or to not, and you might feel that you might feel very impulsive to invest into, but there is a little bit of restriction that is felt, either in the ability to invest, either having the financial means to invest, or just having more confidence in your worth. And at that, maybe you want to, it could be even you charging more higher for your business. Maybe you want to increase the rates, because last month the finances were the theme. We were looking to increase our worth. So you might have been looking to invest more. You might have been looking to charge more for your talents. And there is a resistance you feel to do that. Around 7th of May, we feel that there is a reality check. You will get more disciplined to figure out the details. Around 7th all the way till 9th of May, you'll get more details about it. In your heart, you'll become stronger. You'll get more insight, especially on 8th of May when we have Mercury and Uranus together. This is us getting a piece of missing information. This is like some piece of missing information comes our way, which helps us make our mind, which makes us feel inspired, which makes us feel excited. It could be through a conversation with somebody. It could be a conversation with a sibling, with a conversation with a coworker, or just getting more information through documentation, through looking at the commercial thing that we are investing into, the asset that we are investing into. We feel more confident around 8th of May. And then on 9th of May, we have Venus, Jupiter combining together. This is excellent energy. This brings confidence. This brings faith in future. This brings support. This brings knowledge. This tells us that we are on our way to our destiny. It is a very, very lucky transit on 9th of May, which we have. This is the day which is excellent for making investment. It is excellent for making beauty changes. It is excellent for changing diet. It is excellent for commercial activity. It's excellent to see results of your past efforts. And you'll feel around 9th of May that you're able to make a tough call. You will feel very emotionally influential right now. You'll be able to take a tough call, and you'll be able to stay off emotional manipulation at this stage. This is the time when a grand fire trine begins in your house of substances. Some of the past efforts are coming out in form of a recognition, in form of a support coming through, in form of a balanced output or support coming from an authority figure or a person of influence your way. There's a ease which comes with this. There's a support that comes with this. This is again especially true if you have planets between 19 to 24 degree of Pisces, or if you're born between 9th to 14th of March. Around 13th of May, this support becomes passionate. This support, this keenness, this insight becomes deeper. 13th is the day when you can sell anything you want. If there's a commercial deal that you've been looking to close, 12th or 13th of the May is excellent for closing a deal, closing a documentation, closing a financial matter. There's a keen insight commercially that you receive on that day. This is a very, very focused energy on commercial aspects, on your ability to communicate your vision, on your ability to speak and make it happen, to think and make it happen. There's pleasure and joy that comes from it around 14th of May. And then on 15th of May, we have Mars moving into your house of passion. This is the time when energy becomes very passionate. You become all charged up. You feel sure than you have before. You feel more confident about it. And this energy will continue to support you all the way till 1st of July, which is excellent. It is supportive to you. 15th of May, we also have Venus move into Taurus, which is great for commercial matters, which is great for financial matters. Venus is very, very happy in Taurus, and it manifests beautifully in our financial houses, in romance, in our discussions, in the ease that we feel at our heart, because stability is returned to heart chakra here versus the inflammation, the nervousness, or the negativity we might have been feeling before. It makes us feel positive about our future. It makes us look at long-term investments. It makes us look at long-term commitments when it comes to contracts. So we'll feel all charged up for excitement as well as happy at heart after that. And communication becomes much easier after 15th of May as Mercury becomes visible. And on 15th of May, we feel fully inspired for a new start. This is the time when the highest of our inspiration comes in how we speak. We are able to reconcile if there were any negative conversations which might have happened before, if we need to reconcile, if we need to interact with people and create new ideas. This is a very, very supportive energy for conversations, for inspirational discussions, for spiritual discussion, for creative ideas on 15th of May. And with Mercury meeting our North Node, we feel within our mind and our soul that we are on the right path. You feel a comfort within your mind and soul that you're on the right path. We feel more stable, more practical, more disciplined, especially between 16th to 18th when Mercury is meeting Saturn and Pluto. We feel very, very focused. This is an excellent time for documentation. This is excellent time for closing on deals. This is excellent time to closing on commercial deals. If we have made certain starts prior to these dates, this is the time when the details fill in, when we get the deeper thoughts, deeper insights, research, investigation, positive earthly matters are brought to manifestation at this time. The thing to be careful about is that right now Jupiter is retrograde. It will become clearer as the time goes by on how this investment you're making in your future will contribute to your expansion in career, because you might not see that clearly right now. You want it to become bigger from the start, and you want to really go big at this stage, but Taurus energy asks us to take one step at a time and believe that we are working towards a practical and a more methodical approach towards our future. It is not about suddenly becoming very big commercially. It's about making these small steps which results in tidal change in our life. So just being cautious about that we might feel a little bit like, why is it not becoming as big as I wanted? Why don't I know how big it can become? What is the outcome of it commercially right now? What is the dollar figure that can be attached to it? Or how can I get recognition for this communication I've made right away? All of that would require a little bit of patience. But as I said, our heart chakra is more stable at the time. It's easier to have patience. It's easier to communicate in a more effective, more passionate, more positive way right now. And the commitment we make to future right now, they are more long term. On 18th of May, we also have the third meeting of Uranus. Uranus is getting us excited in our mind. It's getting us innovative ideas, creative ideas in our mind. And the first flash we had was around 22nd of April. The second flash we had was around 8th of May. And now the third flash happens on 18th of May. This is a very, very positive energy for you, but from world events perspective, 8th and 18th of May might be volatile days of information coming through. So being a little bit careful that we are not distracted by the gossip doing round, by the news that is coming through, because there'll be a lot of deluge of information this month that you will be receiving. Keeping yourself focused at this time. But in your heart, you feel very, very excited. And this is also a time when another financial surprise, a new financial idea could come to you. A new brilliant idea could come to you. How can you enhance the commercial value of an investment you're doing? How can you enhance the commercial value of your talents? How can you embellish your communication style or your branding further to create more value out of that? There might be some unexpected support, unexpected ideas, unexpected desires to grow that might come around this date. It's a very, very exciting, very impulsive, very thrilling energy, and it creates innovation, it creates freedom within our heart to do more, to expand more. On the same day, later in the day, we have the full moon in Scorpio, which is happening at 27 degrees of Scorpio. This is a very magical and mystical full moon, which is happening in your house of adventure. Your sense of adventure, your spirit of adventure comes into focus now. There's a lot of faith which you feel right now. You might even feel impulsive. You want to take a leap of faith now. You feel frisky about future. You want to expand your horizons. You want to put something in focus that will help you go to the next step. And this is the time, starting from 18th of May all the way till around 3rd or 4th of June, you will try to bring something to closure that will expand your mind. This could be in form of you taking a trip, which is more than a regular trip, which is inspirational in nature. This could be you publishing something. This could be you completing certain higher education. This could be you finishing off an old legal matter. This could be the time when you might be closing on a mentor or teacher. You're looking to expand your mind, which could be in form of education on the job, or this is higher mind. So you're trying to expand your higher mind and faith by engaging in those kind of activity. So engage in educational activities. Engage with people who are different from you. Engage with foreign people. Engage in foreign trade. Engage in people who have knowledge different from you so they can enrich you, who are inspirational in nature, who can build you up in terms of your belief system. If there was an old legal matter, that might come to closure as well. That might come to light and closure right now. This has some element of pleasant surprise embedded in it because Uranus and Venus are meeting on the same day. At the same time, this is a very, very soulful and creative full moon. There's a raw energy that comes up. Your sense of ambition, your sense of adventure that was hidden below the surface, that comes out. It's very, very spiritual. It's very growth oriented. The educational matters which were left unfinished previously, you might find the focus to finish them or the enthusiasm to finish them. If there was a book which was in you, which you were looking to publish, you might feel like starting and completing that. If there was a person of influence who you wanted to make your guru, you might get the impetus to go and get that person as your guru, as your mentor. This is about ending an old phase where you had any doubts about yourself and your capabilities. There's a strong desire to be more adventurous, to have more fun, to have more experience in life. In Sambian astrology, 27 degree of Scorpio is shown as the king of fairies who bends affectionately over the sleeping figure of Puck and sprinkles him with pixie dust. There's a lot of receiving of love from beyond which happens, healing from beyond which happens, receiving insights from higher realm which happens here. Watch your dreams, watch your intuition. We are recentering ourselves spiritually here. This is a very, very beyond reality, fantastical full moon. This is happening at the moon of Stanley Kubrick. This is fantastical in nature. The Mercury of Walt Disney, dreamy in nature. But at the same time, it has depth to it. Specifically, if you have planets around 27 degree of Pisces, or if you're born around 17th of March, you'll feel this influence very, very deeply and for a longer period of time. This is a positive karma. You feel supported here. You feel supported by somebody beyond yourself. And that encourages you to be more. That encourages you to accept this will of God or the higher will and move forward. This gives you the confidence, the faith beyond confidence, beyond us to do something. Our belief system is getting enriched here. And how beautiful it is that after 2 days, we have Sun and Mercury both move into your house of home, family and inner world. This is the time when your inner world comes into focus. This is the time when you want to spend more time with your family, maybe take a trip, maybe have an adventure with your family. This is the time when you want to cater to your needs. You have been out and about a lot. You have been dealing with business. You want to take care of yourself now. You are moving from growth houses to seeing the results, both in your inner life, in your personal life, as well as in your external life. Next month, we will have a new start in your home and family and your inner world and your confidence. And we'll see some work projects come to closure. And that all is happening as a result of the investment you're doing in yourself this month, as a result of you having more faith in your future. On 21st to 23rd of May, Capricorn moon supports you. You'll feel very social at the time. You'll feel very excited to implement certain risk-on ideas. When Mars meets Uranus on 22nd of May, that makes you excited about the future. So there are actions that you'll be doing. You'll be doing very productive actions on the new ideas that have come through. That's the time when we also get inspired for the future. When we get inspired on our life's purpose. There's a freedom from the old because you're acting on your impulses, you're acting on your inspiration, you're motivated to do new things, which comes to creativity is heightened right now. It is great to start things up. If there's something new that you've been looking to do, which is a little bit risk-on in nature, 22nd of May is an excellent time to do it. On 23rd of May, I want you to be a little bit careful because we might have a wounding, an old wound with respect to our belief in our self-identity, with respect to our belief in our individuality, which comes into play as a conflict. Maybe an action that requires you to take a risk is blocked because of an emotional wound from the past. So you might require to cultivate courage to get over that. And actions might be actually motivated by the past hurt because you don't want to feel like that anymore. You don't want to feel less anymore. Once you know that you can be more, you cannot be less. So at that stage, you do not want to go back to the old ways of being. And you just go through, as they say, we work through the pain of the past. We go through and do something which was a wound prior to our self-esteem. We do something to overcome that from 23rd of May all the way till 26th of May because you're taking a leap of faith. You're being confident right now. You're going risk on. It's healing your faith in yourself. 26th to 28th of May, when we have Pisces moon, that's the time when you feel emotionally reset and on a high. This is an excellent time to feel like things are falling in place. On 29th of May, and you'll start feeling it from 28th of May itself, you get certain inspiration to do something new in your personal life. But this is the time where inspiration and creativity will be high, but confusion and distorted thinking will be high as well. So I want you to be a little bit careful on not signing something on 29th of May. This is not a day to go for investment into your house, investment into a family matter, or resolving something related to your home. Maybe you want to travel to your home country. It's an excellent time to do that. Maybe you want to spend some time with your family and have a discussion with them, have a heart-to-heart with them. This is the time when we should not be focusing on anything that requires details, because details will be distorted around that time. This is especially true if you have planets around 18 degree of Pisces, or if you're born around 8th of March. Be a little bit careful around a day or two before. Also on that day, we can feel a little bit low on immunity, so just be prepared for that. Don't buy or sell anything. This is the time when misinterpretation of things are done and things are sold on emotional and sentimental basis versus reality. So being a little bit careful on that day. On 30th of May, we have Venus and Neptune. It's a creative and pleasant and inspirational day. This is also the day we feel on a high emotionally. So just give it a day and things settle down after that. If you have to sign something in terms of documentation, or you have to close on something towards the end of the month, 31st to 2nd of June are better days to do that. They're much better from an emotional and an impulse control perspective. So good luck for the month. It's an exciting month. Next month is critical from changes perspective, because our critical axis will be activated in the month of June as we work towards the eclipses that are coming in July. So I'll see you in June now. Thank you so much.